What should your focus be on this week? We're going to find out in today's weekly wisdom. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show. I am the host of that show. I'm Kimbaley. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I just want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for spending your time and energy with me today. Thank you for all of those you've decided to invite. Thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. And you know why I do what I do. It's because the God in me loves the God in you. You better believe it. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this conversation is brought to you by Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. Go get the app. Check out what your daily forecast is for every single day. Check compatibility for those people that you're around and check compatibility for your business, the area that you live in, and so much more. You can get that app on a star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also download it on Google Play or the App Store, or you can go to Linktree/numbers and you. It's almost 2025. And so you need to know what to expect in 2025 so you can navigate the year flawlessly. You can do that by getting your Astro-Numerology forecast for the year and for a limited time. If you order now, you get the forecast for October of this year, November of this year, December of this year, in addition to every month for next year. That way, you can create a strategy to help you manifest on purpose in 2025. And speaking of manifesting on purpose in 2025, I'm inviting you to join me Wednesday, January the 1st, 2025, for the Vision Board Mastery. It is going to be absolutely amazing. This is one of the things that I enjoy doing the most. This Vision Board Mastery will help you manifest 2025 on purpose. When you come, you will learn the power of creative visualization. You will learn how to create your own vision board. In fact, you're going to create your very own vision board, and we're going to have an interaction vision sharing. And this is going to be done a little bit differently than most people are thinking. And we're going to conclude with a guided group meditation to help you plant your seeds into the fertile soil of 2025. Make sure you hit that QR code in the bottom corner of the flyer, or you can also go to Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com to be able to sign up for that. And if you're interested in learning a little more about yourself, you can book your Astro-Numerology consultation by me, and you can do that at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. Now, let's get into the weekly wisdom. Before we even get into the weekly wisdom, let me explain to you what it is. The weekly wisdom is when I explain to you the focus for the week. And the way that I determine what the focus for the week is: one, my intuition; number two, the use of oracle cards; and number three, the use of the corresponding numbers on the oracle card. I use all of those things together to find out what the weekly wisdom or the weekly focus should be about. And today, it was kind of fun last week. So today, I think that I'm going to utilize more than one card. So I will be picking four cards off the deck. The top three cards are going to be the general reading. And the last card, the fourth card, is going to be the focal point of the reading. And I will read the fourth card definition from the book before I give my intuitive interpretation of it. So, are you ready to get started? I know I am. I've been excited about this today. I really enjoy the weekly wisdoms. They really help me get focused during the week. They really help me out, if you know what I'm saying. And I hope that it's been helpful to you as well. Okay, here's another one. Mm. And this right here, I'm going to say the focal card for last. I'll pull that once I get through with all of these other cards. The very first card is Walk It Off. I'm not even going to read this one because we've already discussed this. It's like this card has been coming up for the last 3 readings or so. Walk it off. Somebody is still hanging on to something that's not serving them. This is a reminder to walk it off, to let it go. Don't let people get to you. That's what I'm hearing. It's more about letting people get to you, your mind, letting people come in your space, and letting people get you to the point of no return. This right here is saying some things you just got to walk it off. Some things you just have to walk away from. And because this card keeps coming up in our reading, allow me to read this card. This is the number 28 card. And when I read this number 28, I'm thinking about leadership, but I'm also thinking about beginning something new. Wow, this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it's time for you to take the lead in your own life. Stop listening to what everybody else is telling you. It's time for you to take the lead. It's time for you to put you first. It's about me, myself, and I. And I want that to be very clear to you. This is a time for you to focus on you. Forget what everybody else is saying. Forget what everybody else is doing. They can't do it the way they do. One thing about me, I'm a number 4, and the number 4s are known to be contrary or rebellious. You know, you go one way, I go the other way. You know, that's the thing with the number 4s. And a lot of times that's how I am with everything that I do. You know, people will show you the way that they think you should go or the best way you should go. But I just found that I'm gifted when I follow my own way, when I follow my own intuition. So sometimes you got to listen to yourself before you listen to someone else. You got to take the lead in your own life. This is not, I'm riding on autopilot. This is, I'm taking control. I'm the driver here. I'm going to make the decisions that I want to make in my life. And if you don't like it, then hey, that's your problem. So that's what you're going to have to start telling people in your life. Now, let me read this card for you to see what it says. It says you have slipped into energetic stagnation. Yeah, I remember this card. And your mind is worrying, preventing your vibes from getting through. To interrupt this energy hiccup, suspend your thinking and go for a walk. Go for a walk. This person put something in your ear that's been getting on your nerves, and it's time to walk away from those thoughts. It's time to get centered and think about what you really want for yourself. It's time for you to talk shop. And this is the number 8 card. So let me read this one to you first. It says, you know that you're already on your psychic legs when you can't wait to share wonderful psychic stories with your kindred spirits who also like to talk vibes. Don't let your ego get in the way and convince you to hide your vibes or stop you from sharing the positive experiences they bring. Your ego is acting out of fear and is trying to protect you from being hurt, such as being criticized for others for your vibes. But who cares? Your vibe takes good care of you. And this is what I mean. This goes right with this walk it off card. This is talking about what I felt. This is saying that you need to stop. First of all, if you're hanging in a circle of people that are already negative in the beginning, you need to let that go. That's when you got your negative Nancy's in there, your doubtful Dans, and every time you see them, they have something negative to talk about. There is nothing ever positive for them to talk about. Well, think about these people. If they have nothing positive to talk about for themselves, why would they ever have anything positive to talk about when it comes to you? So they can't be happy for you when you succeed. They're not going to encourage you or push you because they're in that stagnant, stale energy. So these are the people that you have to let go. These are the people that you have to walk away from. These are the people that you have to walk out the door on. These are the people, and when I say walk away, what I'm talking about is detachment. And let me let you understand what detachment is, because yes, detachment does sound like a visceral word. Detachment sounds as if it means that you just kick this person out of your life and you don't ever have anything else to do with them anymore. No, detachment shouldn't always be looked at in that way. Of course, there are some people that you should kick away and not go back to anymore. But what detachment is telling you is to get away from the outcome, detach from the outcome, detach from the experience. So when you know that that person is not on a positive vibration, then that means you need to detach. You need to spend as less time around those people as possible. Who do you need to be around? You need to be around the people that have the positive vibes. You need to be around the people that are flowing in the same direction you are flowing in, because you don't want to. And I tell people it's okay to help people, but sometimes you can try to help people and imagine holding your hand down to have that person grab you for help. Sometimes that person may come on up with you, but in the other case, the opposite case, that person can very well pull you down. And that's the thing about energy, because I always tell you that energy never dies. It's either transformed or transferred. And that means if you can't get that person to start seeing things in a more positive way, if you can't pull that person up with you, then guess what? They're going to pull you down with them. And they do that by transferring their energy to you. Have you ever noticed you can be around a group of friends? And I've noticed that with my language and my speech. You can be around a group of friends and get so comfortable around that group and spend so much time with that group, you start speaking like them. We had an old saying in the South, sometimes if you feed a person long enough, they'll start looking like you. So this is the same case. That energy is being transferred. So you don't want somebody else's negative energy being the weight on your shoulders. So you make sure that no matter what conversation comes up, you have something positive to say to yourself, and you have something to say positive about yourself. And I'm going to throw a little icing on the cake for you. Make sure you have something encouraging and positive to say to those people that you are in conversation with too. So we're going to move on to the next card. Oh, and that card is the number 17, which 1 + 7 is 8. To me, That's a number of achievement and success. So it lets me know that when you speak positive of yourself, when these vibrations come from within you, because words are powerful, then you can actually speak yourself into success, achievement, those things you desire to manifest in your life. So keep that in mind. So we're going to move right along to this next card. This is getting good today. I'm glad I decided to read more than one card. So this gets a little deeper. Okay. 51. Accept the gifts of the universe. I'm hearing this two ways. Let me read it first, though. Are you limiting yourself in what the universe is trying to bring to you? The universe will bring you all that you desire, but you must be able to accept what it brings. Many of us limit what we can receive because we feel unworthy, or we think that to receive so much would be selfish. Neither is true in the eyes of the universe, which will bring you as much as you allow. It is infinitely abundant. So receiving what you want in no way limits others. One way to dispel these beliefs is to contemplate what you think might happen if you did realize your dreams. Do you uncover any anxieties or fears? Do you worry that you're asking too much? Do you imagine your wish, if fulfilled, might cause another injury or pain? Does bringing change into your life make you nervous? If you uncover any beliefs that are contrary or in conflict with your dreams, are you willing to trade them for more supportive ones? The question the universe asks is, how good can you stand it? Because that's as good as it gets. And to me, this goes right back to the very first one, walk it off, because we're talking about detachment in a way. This talks about accepting the gifts of the universe. And I want to let you know that a lot of times what blocks people from accepting the gifts of the universe are the things that they hear from other people or the expectations. Now, let me tell you this, not everybody is meant to go with you on the next level. See, a lot of those people that you're around, that you've been around for many years, probably since childhood, they still see you as little Lisa or little Johnny. They can't see you achieving the great things that you aspire to achieve now, because they know you from when you didn't have, or they knew you when you was on a lower level of consciousness, and they just can't accept the reality of who you have grown to become. And these people will doubt you. So you have to be careful of these people again that you have hanging around you. They may not believe that all of the gifts that the universe has to offer you is even possible for you. So that's why it's so important to be around those people who are striving for the same things that you are. And this card is the 51-6. And when I think about this 51-6 and I think about the six home, I'm thinking about family. A lot of times this may very well be your family, because sometimes the closest people to you are going to have the hardest time trying to understand you. And it does not mean that they do it on purpose. It just means that they know you from the beginning. The person that you are today is not the same person that they grew up with. And so sometimes it's difficult for them to see through those lines. And now, what we're going to do, because this got so interesting, but we're going to go into the overall card for the week. And what I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to let it come out the way it came out. And it's a number 9 card. So we already know what this card is talking about. Let go. And I'm just going to read this one. I don't have to read it. I don't have to read any of them, but a lot of times I'm interested in what the book says about it. But I pretty much know already intuitively what this card is talking about. But let's go to 27. It may be a little more inspiration here for you. Sometimes you might not listen to how I say it, but you might listen to the book. So let me tell you what the book said. The book says sometimes the most powerful psychic solution to a difficult or compromising situation is to simply walk away. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Oh my goodness. This is one of those times when the situation calls for letting go, backing off, surrendering your ego, and leaving. You're in a deadlock of fixed vibrations and feelings that are too great for any positive solution through further engagement. And I have to stop it right here because this part stood out to me. Emotions. Sometimes we're just holding on for emotional reasons. We're holding on to satisfy these emotions. Yes, yes. It says, in walking away, you protect both yourself and all those involved from even more frustration and allow the universe to work behind the scenes to restore harmony to all concerned. Move on, have faith. No one is working against you. It's as though you're pushing on the door to get to the other side when it opens inwards. Step back and give things room to move back to the center, and they will. That was beautifully said. And it's no coincidence that we're in this 9 universal month, and every message that we've been getting since we've been in this 9 universal month is to be letting go. So, this right here tells me that somebody may be struggling with letting go. Somebody just may be struggling with letting go. But perhaps the message that you heard in that card today lets you know that letting go not only is a benefit for you, letting go is a benefit for that other person too. You never know why that person is hanging on to you. Is that a question that you've ever considered? Why is this person hanging on to me? Maybe you should consider asking that question. But truth be told, it's time to start something new in your life, and it's time to let go and cut all loose ends. This is the time for it. These cards say it. It says that perhaps the reason why you may be stagnant is because you're holding on to something, and you don't have to be physically holding on to something. You can be mentally holding on to it. And as you heard a few moments ago, you can also be emotionally holding on to it. Now, another thing that I neglected to do last week because I started something new with this, and I think I'm going to continue giving 4 cards every week instead of one. We get so much more information out of 4 cards than we do one. But what I neglected last week was to give you an affirmation to help you get through the week. But once again, I want to remind you to follow the Manifesto on Purpose show. If you like this podcast, if you resonate with this podcast, if you're getting anything at all from this podcast, make sure you like this video. Make sure that you share this with other people who may need it, because I guarantee you, you're not the only one. There's somebody out there that needs to learn how to let go too. Maybe you even want to share it with that person that you want to let go from you. So I want to read the affirmation for today. Mm. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who's going to stop me. Wow, and that goes back to that number one card when I talk about, you stepping up and becoming the leader. It's not about somebody else letting you become the leader. It's about you moving forward, stepping out on faith and doing what you have to do for yourself and dare anybody to stop you. Your energy is much too powerful for that. So I want you to keep that affirmation in mind this week. And I'm going to read it for you one more time. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. And this affirmation is by Ayn Rand. So make sure that you repeat this affirmation throughout your week. This week's focus is hey, I'm sorry to say, but it's letting go. It's tying up loose ends. What I'm hearing is it's time for spring cleaning because somebody's been letting things go on for too long. So today, this week, and probably for the rest of the month is going to be about spring cleaning. So make sure you clean out those cobwebs, those things that are not serving you, because as you can see, you have an abundant harvest that's just there waiting to align with you. And all you have to do is get off the brake, move forward. But in order to do that, you have to let go. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.